Hi there, signs of Gemini. This is Kim here to do a next 3-day update on the energies coming in. And here I open up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for the messages. But the initial message that I'm getting that's coming through quite clearly for you is that you need to take a break for yourself. Like, you need to somehow figure out, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but you must take either a day, or if you can't do a whole day, a couple hours in the day. Something about something about things being overly stimulating, and might be the phone has been overly stimulating or something like that. There's just a real need to break free for a little bit. I would love for it to be like a day or two, if you're able to do that, to just have nothing on your schedule. Not a thing. Not a thing. And don't feel pressured to look at your emails, or, no matter what it is. It can wait for your rest. No matter what it is. Okay, so Gemini, let's pull from the alchemy deck. Yeah, that might be why I'm feeling, that energy. This has been coming out. It came out for the collective. It came out for, I think it was Libra. I think it was your sister side that had it too. So against nature. This card, it's Kim Krans Wild Unknown alchemy deck. This is our archetype deck, so we'll pull from both. This is a situation that feels tense, confining, against your nature, I don't know why I said it like that, against your nature or your flow state. This is like putting you in a place that feels uncomfortable to be. And it may, because of that message coming in the beginning, it might be one of those things where it is something that gets rather overwhelming if you don't give yourself time to rest, recharge, and actually break free from whatever this is. So I hope it's not the overall environment of like where you're supposed to have your sanctuary or where you're supposed to rest, because that would suck, and that means that needs to change. Because this doesn't feel good. And it can also be in a relationship that's just starting to not feel right or natural to you. It's kind of intense for your messages. A little intense. Winter. How are we going to break out of this winter energy here, Gemini? We're going to have to figure out how we're going to break out of this. Stillness. Okay, just be still could be a message. Be still with yourself, or allow some sort of process to go on within you. But with this card, it feels like something's at a standstill. And this something doesn't feel right. Nothing's blooming, nothing's growing. The only changes are the ones going on internally with you in this situation. Okay. So maybe you can give me information on how this is alchemized, or how it's changed. How do we change this, Spirit? What archetype do we need for this? To let go of the past. To let go of the past. The tear is in the reverse. There has to... Okay, when I see the tear upright, I think sweet release. Allow the tears to flow. Allow something to end. Or allow the sadness to sink in of what happened, what didn't happen. Allow the sadness to be released. Goodness. So I do have the Lover on the bottom. So for some of you all, it is relating to a soulmate connection or one that you've been in for a while. But it's tied to something from the past that's turned into the underworld energy. Do you see that? So now something has gotten to the point where you're in something and just being there or being with that person or in this situation, it makes you feel like you're in the underworld, or like you're in a box in the underworld, like you're trapped in the underworld energy. Is it's a dark time with all of these energies here. It's dark. As far as like this specific situation or person, it de-evolved and you evolved. It de-evolved and you evolved. So possibly repressed emotions and things that we've held inside. If you feel like you haven't had a good cry, then I'd advise you to do it every now and then. It is something that's needed, and it feels like, okay, that helped. To me, it feels like a release, like you're able to alchemize the pain when you do that. So when you're not, or when you're not refusing yourself to feel sad emotions, then you're repressing them, you're holding them, you're storing them somewhere. This can affect your health. It can affect aches and pains in the body. You can create them. And it's directly to do with something that was very close to your heart chakra, probably still is in your heart chakra. Oh, Gemini. Wow, what a kind of a intense reading. Also, the bottom of the deck can be something of talking about a significant connection that is going to come in that you don't see coming, because of it being on the bottom of the deck, something that would normally be turned over. I think the message goes for both of those situations. Something just got you into a really dark place in regards to feeling like anything can ever grow again. Although, like, this energy feels intense. I'm not gonna lie. This energy is intense. And it all started out with me saying that there's some reason Spirit wants to tell you to you've got to get away, or you've got to have a break. You have to have some time to yourself to release some emotions. Nine of Wands. Because it's exhausting. Something's exhausting. This whole situation, this whole relationship, everything about it has been exhausting. Exhausting. And the 9 of Wands is saying, you're that spiritual warrior, though. You're that person that persevered. You're the person that never gave up. It doesn't mean that you have to continue giving your energy to whatever this is talking about. In most cases, you've probably pulled back your energy if you feel like that. But yet, meaning you keep going in life, like you're not going to stop no matter what. But at this point, it's exhaustion. There's exhaustion. And that too can apply to a job or something that you do where it feels uncomfortable or it has turned toxic. Things have changed. So it can be a lot of things that make us feel like we're in that. I'm getting the message like there's got to be something that happens. Is the message coming from your energy. Something needs to happen, and something needs to happen soon, because it's been a while now of being in this maze, the labyrinth. Lost, delayed, complex, contemplate, it's complicated, going inward, spiritual quest, deliberation, a long way home, problem to solve, catch-22, a situation to sort out. The situation has to do with removing a roadblock, and the roadblock was caused by, well, obstacles, challenges. Ultimately, it delayed change. You know, it delayed something that was going to meant to change, maybe, possibly. Maybe that was what was to figure out. Wow. Okay, well, I see something really good here on your day one, which is when you're watching this. Finances looking better or good. There is something here about being the Knight of Disc is like that person that you can depend on. I think this is you. I think maybe you're a really good hard worker. Could be an offer that comes in about your finances or regarding your finances, but it has the 9 of Cups here, so you have 9-9. So we're still including that there's some sort of ending that's coming into this person it says the gourmet chef, they put a lot of work into their food, takes time, but it ends up being a better tasting meal than something like McDonald's or whatever. And so this is like a step up. Whatever this is going to be a good offer. Both of these cards have food in them, so there may be something there with that too. The 9 of Cups is wishes granted. It's wish fulfillment. So we have 3 9s now. 999. With rainbow, we have wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, perfect timing. And then we have the sapphire. Interesting with the sapphire. That in the book of Enoch, there's supposedly in a vision that Enoch had, or Metatron, now we know him as, right? But was a vision of the Creator on an alabaster throne, and there are sapphires around the head. Like it was described as having sapphires on near the crown of the head on the throne. Now, I always think of that, and then it even says divine favor here with this card, so that's interesting. But sapphires, mental force, spiritual insight, hope and faith, wise judgment, power and strength, kindness, life of the party, extroverted, motivate, precious, valued, holy, divine favor, and revered. Together, that's a 1 and a 9. You have 19. In my angel deck, has to do with you pioneering. I see you just like pioneering something, doing something on your own. Here I have strength, day 2, and the 10 of Wands. So there it is. There it is. That's the against nature. It's an appropriate spot for it to be in, because this is super stressed, and it is the next step from the 9 of Wands. It's when we get burned out feeling. Again, so that message of if there's been a lot of physical exertion or a lot of energy being diverted or drained in a draining situation, then it's coming to a completion so that you can relieve your burdens and so that you're not having to constantly experience something that feels like it's against your nature. Strength card. So what Jack and Diane, Strength card is the most powerful card in the deck, right? So they're telling you this is the time, like at the time when you're dealing with those energies and releasing them and having a completion is when you really need the confidence. And why I think it's because that confidence helps you follow through. And then Jack and Diane says broken heart, interference. This is the breakup or the separating. Letdown, funk, sadness, gloomy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, hurt, bitter, devastated, emotional pain. Oh, and then 1 and 3, 13, that has to do with the death card and an ending, a complete transformation. Look, this is not something that feels great that you're wanting to end. Like, I'm going to say this would be something that maybe it's been postponed or stalled for this to happen, because you knew that it was connected to your heart chakra, but I think you're going to be glad to get out of that type of energy where it's stressed, it's exhausting, burnout. Spring says within 1 to 3 months. So I think that's saying with the 13 and then the 1 to 3 months also, there's a 13, it's adding up the soon within the next few months. And there will be this moment where you're like, okay, I'm done with that for good. Find a finale of it or something like that. All right, 7 of Cups, the Death card. And there's, wow, let's put it here just because 13, 13, 13. Maybe a significant number too for you with 13, 13, 13. Death, 7 of Cups, so yoga, and the emerald. Yep, I thought this was really open to your heart chakra, but look, I'm thinking that there is some sort of ending that either telling you to look at your health and take care of yourself. They started off the message with that. So, and here in this death card, that's what I see. Not death for anybody, no, but transformation, especially when it comes to your health and you're concentrating on your health being better. There's something about you doing you and getting yourself nice and balanced and feeling rested. Deep breath, centered, go within, steady, balanced, relax, take a break. Inner child healing, meditate, time alone, balance chakras, reflection, wellness, and rest. I also think that you have many choices available to you when it comes to the heart and things like that, relationships, things like that. There's many options, and you're experiencing this. Maybe you already have experienced it, but this heart opening energy. All right, let's go ahead and clarify for Gemini. What's the offer coming in? Solid offer, success. Success with your focusing on your own happiness and night. Oh, whoa. Well, oh. Sorry. I get excited. I get excited when I see a reading like this. I'm like, oh, so much. But then it turns better. It does turn better. All right. There's an intercession here. This is 9 of Cups energy. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. To the 10 of Cups. But this person right here is protecting their happiness. And that's how I read. This is the Zombie Tarot. I just read it a little bit different. It is about your happiness, but this person is specifically protecting their own happiness. They're guarding themselves. They're assuring it in some sort of way. definitely this has something to do with a partnership or a significant connection. If you haven't made like a significant connection that is new or newer, then I think you will, because this leads to your 10 of Cups. I just think something has to be closed out first, is what I think, if you want to know, because there's also something here about sharing this happiness. The 10 of Cups is our creation of our heaven on earth. Everything else can be going wrong in the world back here, but as long as you've got this team and you've got happiness and everything's good for you on this card, you know what I mean? There's something burning in the background. But so it's happiness it's time to focus on that, is what they're saying with all of this. And there may be some significant kind of wish coming in regarding a real love situation or complete happiness that you would have with a unexpected soulmate. Yeah, oh yeah, they're saying it's part of the mystery here. It's part of the riddle. Somebody lights your fire, the flame. It's going to make you feel kind of alive again, is what I think. All right. Well, that's just beautiful. The big mystery in life. The big mystery, the big riddle in life. The Lover. Judgment, the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles. Whew. Yeah, so there's definitely like some like new path opening up for you. This person they're committed, and they're usually over like a family or over a business. They don't have to be an active commitment though. It can be a male or female. Somebody is really good at business and with their money and their finances. So there's something here that might be coming in. Taurus energy might be significant, or Sagittarius here. I also have heavy on the Pisces energy too. And Leo. And Scorpio. Okay, so you've got a lot, right? But there is something being brought together by the divine here with the Hierophant. So it's very grounded energy. It's very stable. And you're going to have truth and clarity. Look at that. Strength. You're going to have truth, clarity, get communication from spirit to know. Strength twice. Unexpected offer opportunity here with the Knight of Cups. Unexpected. So I feel like it's part of this mystery. Like, why does this energy will come in and light your flame? So how did it light your flame? I don't know. It may be because there's something here with spirit and God bringing it together. Source, creator, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful. Tell me about these choices. 7 of Cups. Also, sometimes 7 of Cups has to do with escapism and choosing things that maybe for a while were not allowing us to see quite so clearly, but I don't think that's what I'm picking up here on this. So I have the 10 of Swords in the reverse, which is great. So your choices that are coming in, this is really nice. These choices that are coming in for you are allowing for a rebirth in your life after you have had a very painful whole cycle, because the 10 is the completion. The cycle's complete, and you'll feel kind of reborn after that. So you can't lose with this Ace of Swords. You can't lose. It's your victory. You know? It's your victory. And you're getting your wish in regards to having harmonious partnership that leads to you being able to create a lot of happiness for you and for that other person too. Yeah, partnership. 222 says to keep your thoughts. It says trust that your thoughts are growing as you're nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced, there are a lot of choices is what I see, and new partnerships coming in. 28 says that you are a leader, so you're here to lead. And you know, the King of Pentacles certainly can do that, and they do pull in a lot of money with their actions. The Hierophant, there's something a little bit more traditional here, or there's a spiritual leadership too that I might be picking up on for someone that will put you in a very good place financially too, and you need to have a lot of confidence in it because you've got it, like you got what it takes. Look what's on the bottom, 10 of Cups. After the persisting, after the exhaustion is your 10 of Cups, both of them. I think I've been feeling Mercury retrograde coming on because here lately I've messed up on some pretty normal words. So, okay, 11, you have keen awareness of what's happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift, and it will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. It allows you to be a great guide and a great supporter. I'm intuitive. So it's about how you pick up on energies too, and how you read people. Yeah. 666, and this was in the reverse when it came out, so definitely extra pay attention to what the card says, and as well as some sort of balance here, right? So 666 says a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation, changing the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. I am centered. 666. So that's what I have for you all. If you need a private reading, the information is in the description box below. And thank you for your support. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.